Why these boys stressing? Look, I got them shook. Okay, now watch me drive back like Jameis Winston. Give me out your mentions. I forgot to mention.
Welcome back, everybody, to WhoDatTV, man. We are back with our finale for season 1. We wrapping it up, man. Last one of the year. Man, we got a lot to talk about, of course, though, man. We got the 49ers and Eagles NFC Championship recap, the Bengals versus Chiefs AFC Championship recap, and then, of course, we're going to get into the Super Bowl. Y'all know who's in it, man. The Chiefs versus the Eagles. This is going to be crazy. And lots more, man. Lots more. But welcome back, y'all. Man, I enjoyed this season. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed this season. I can't wait for season 2. Season 2 is gonna be epic. It's gonna be crazy, man. But before we get talking about all this football on here today, y'all, let me bring in our other host. Y'all know him, man, J.Floyd.
Big who dat to all the NFL fans,
Yes,
whether you're a
sir.
Saints fan or not. Congratulations to both of the Super Bowl teams and any of the fans of those teams who have reached the ultimate plateau in sports. I don't care what it is, what you're talking. The Super Bowl is it. Especially here in the States. But I'm excited to get in and talk about this football. It's bittersweet, like you said, because this is the last one of season 1 until we find out who the Super Bowl champs are, and then season 2 will be down the road, moving towards the draft and all of that. But who dat, man, excited to talk about it with y'all and see. I'm real eager to see who y'all have picked for the Super Bowl championship, because to be honest, this is like a toss-up game.
Yeah.
A lot of the times we come into this final week of the year and we have a good idea of who we think is going to win, but both number 1 seeds have made it. So it's like it's gonna be fireworks, and I can't wait to watch it unfold.
Facts. Man, I know I told y'all on here. I don't know if y'all seen my post. I said, man, WhoDatTV is canceled. I can't have all the Eagles fans on here talking trash. But hey, y'all know I was just joking. Everybody hop in the comments, man. Talk your stuff, Eagles fans, because y'all deserve it, man. Y'all had a good year along with Chiefs fans. Y'all had a good year. Y'all both in the Super Bowl, man, and it's gonna be a good one, man. I always love the Super Bowl, so it's gonna be a good one. Can't wait to talk more about it with y'all. So
yeah, and it's especially for the Eagles, it's an awesome season because they exceeded expectations to get to the Super Bowl. It almost feels like for KC, they were like kind of pulling their hair out. It's like Super Bowl or bust if we don't get there because of what they've been doing for the past few years. But the Eagles, you looked at it, we came in, you'll see on episode 1, both of us talking about, and Ken too, talking about how the AJ Brown to the Eagles makes it a scary sight, and they're going to be a good team. But nobody was necessarily thinking they would run the table in the NFC, run the table in the playoffs, and get to the Super Bowl after 2 20-plus point wins. So hats off to y'all. It's going to be fun to watch, man. I just had to get that off.
Yes, it is. And before we do, man, of course, I want to pop up our sponsors for WhoDatTV. First sponsors first is, which y'all see this on me and Floyd's head right now, Bun-Eenies, man. Bun-Eenies. If y'all haven't got y'all one, go get you one, man. This is the website right here at www.buneenies.com. They got all type of colors, man, all sizes, kid sizes, all of it, man. Red, cream, black, orange, pink, baby blue, yellow, whatever you like, man. They got it, man. Go get it. Go get you a Bun-Eenie. And when you go to the website, you can see the cause that the money's going into a good cause. And also a little backstory on Bun and how they wanted to get this started. Him and his family wanted to get this started. So shout out to Bun, shout out to Bun-Eenies, shout out to his family. Buneenies.com, man. Go check them out. Get you one if you haven't already. Real fire. And our next sponsor, of course, is MKE, Drip or Drown. London is working hard every day, man. I'm seeing him post fire shoes on his story, what he plans on getting in the future and all. So if you haven't yet, man, go follow London at MKE_drip_drown on IG. You can see all his stories. He's posting daily. Man, you might find some fire kicks that you like on there, man. If not, man, show London some love. Share it. Get his page out there. Support another business, man. just a young brother trying to come up in his business and make it great, man. So yeah, man, London, tap in, man. Shout out to London, MKE.
Absolutely, you will not be disappointed, bro. He's one of the few, really one of the only, what I call sneaker plugs, shoe plugs that keeps up with all of the drops. Like if you pay attention to his page, there's not and if you're a sneakerhead and you're aware of what's coming out and when it's coming out, there's not a drop that he's gonna miss. He's gonna have a few sizes on hand, and I imagine it's what he's hearing from the clientele. Like they're saying, hey, hold the size 7 for me, hold the size 10. So if you have your eye on any of the shoes that are dropping recently or down the road, go ahead go to Instagram at MKE_drip_drown. That boy London will definitely, do his best to keep what he can on hand for what you're looking for. So he'll get it done. Verified.
For sure, real verified. But yeah, man, that's our 2 sponsors. And then of course I want to pop up our link tree on here. You can also see our sponsors at the bottom of our link tree. Their pages on the bottom of there too. If you don't want to, type in everything, it's just a click away. You go to link tree, click, you're there. So that's our link tree. It has all our websites on there, from Facebook to our YouTube to our Apple Podcasts to our Twitter. So like I said, man, all that's on there, and then of course our 2 sponsors on there too at the very bottom of the page. So that's our link tree right there, y'all. Just clicks away, man. Clicks away. You get to this.
Like, subscribe, share.
For sure.
Whatever you can.
For sure. And if you're not on your phone right now and you're on a computer or tablet, you can also hold your phone up there to that top right corner right there on that barcode, and it'll take you straight to that link tree to get there. So yeah, man, scan, click, you're there. But yeah, shout out to Bunini's and shout out to MKE_drip_drown. Appreciate y'all for sponsoring WhoDatTV. And if you got a small business and you're looking to get sponsor us on here too, man, reach out to us through DM. We'll get back with you ASAP, and we'll work out something, man, for season 2 coming up. Because I'm telling you, man, season 2 is going to be epic. I cannot wait. But
nah, for real, everything's on the up and up. Like, we did a whole lot more growing than you and I and Ken discussed, thinking we were going to do, especially if it was a bad Saints season. Like, a lot of things were kind of barring on the Saints doing the things we expected them to do. But totally even without them not doing that, we still were able to go up and grow and help our sponsor or our ad partners grow with us too. So I imagine that's definitely going to take place next season with the Saints winning it all and winning the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get us one next year. Oh, okay.
We started capping. You heard it here first.
We're gonna get us one. But yeah, man, we're gonna top it up about the Saints further down the podcast, man. I want to hop straight into y'all's teams though, man. If your team is in the Super Bowl, we're gonna talk about it here in a few. But before we do, let me just reach out in the comments too. We have Dominique Burton in here. He said, "Go Seahawks." Okay.
What up, Dom? That's my dog, man. We about to win a championship. No cap.
Geno Smith, huh? I see you, man. I see y'all over there. Y'all had a good year too, man. Yeah, real good year.
He's from Seattle, man. He is a lifelong diehard too. What up,
that's Dom? That's what's up. And we have Jasper Peters in here with the eyes. What's up, Mr. Peters?
Mr. Peters. Hey, I told you. I didn't mean to be the one to tell you, but I tried to told you. I've been gone for a week. Oh, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. You're right. Players mess up too.
You're right. Hey, we was
down off my high horse.
We was all on the Jags little train, huh? Yeah, you're right. Hey, we got my boy Jalen in here. What up, Jalen, my boy? I enjoyed season 1.
Go get that ring, JB.
Can't wait for season 2.
Go get that ring, JB.
Yeah, JB talked to smack all year, and they backed it up for my boy, man. That's what's up.
He talked it and backed it up. That's a fact.
Yes, indeed. But Man, let's hop straight into it, Floyd. Let's not miss a beat on it, man. We had the 49ers versus the
Woo.
Eagles in the NFC Championship recap. And last pod, man, we all said we all thought it was gonna be a closer game than what it was. And the Eagles just came out and handled business. Didn't even play
Yeah.
with the 49ers, man. Like, I don't even want y'all to stick around, man. Get up out of here. And man, that was crazy because I definitely thought the 49ers was going to stay in the game, especially after Christian McCaffrey's run, how he ran over our former boy, our former Saint Chauncey Gardner and all that, man. But after they scored that, man, I'm thinking it was 7-7. I'm like, man, this gonna be a good game. And then here come the Eagles, man. Just I see y'all later. We ain't gonna play with y'all. We don't want to play with y'all. Get up out the way, move out the way. Y'all our house, and we're gonna show y'all why we the best in the NFC. So man,
Yeah.
shout out to the Eagles for sure.
Yeah, they dominated. Well, okay, they dominated in two phases of football and kind of coasted on offense. It's like if you look at the scoreboard, you would feel like Jalen Hurts like really had an MVP-esque game and probably scored 3+ touchdowns, but it really didn't look like that. They more so dominated on special teams, dominated on defense, which really changed the complexion of the game, especially for the 49ers. With the Tommy John injury that happened to their starting quarterback. And once Purdy went out of the game, they really were able to
That was huge.
pin their ears back. We used to hear that term seem like every week before Friday nights, right? You want to get to the point in the game where you can really pin your ears back, and you have to stop the run to do that to begin with. And once they took the quarterback out the game, they realized that we just got to stop the run and pretty much stuff every hole. So it became a gap control kind of play for Philly, and they really took the game away. A lot of people say like it was poor luck for San Fran, and if the injury didn't happen, it would have been a different complexion of the game. And that's kind of true, but it's also kind of not true because Philadelphia forced that calamity to happen. And really took the game out of San Fran's hands. So, like, to me, as somebody who wanted to see a different outcome in the AFC Championship, this game was almost more entertaining than the game that followed after it. And the reason I say that is because so many different things happened. The complexion of this game changed a few times. Looked like it was going to be a real low-scoring game for both teams and a dogfight kind of grudge match thing. And like you said, then Philly just took off. But a lot of different things happened in the middle of that game that really made it entertaining and not just like your typical blowout.
I get my caps off to the D line on the Eagles, man. Had an awesome season. You got like what five players, 4 or 5 players over 11 sacks, 10 sacks.
Yeah, over 11. Okay.
That's just ridiculous,
Legendary.
man. Like
that's legendary.
Yeah,
it might be the best D-line unit ever.
No, and that's facts because like that's outstanding, bro. Like that's outstanding. And then
it don't make sense. Like hearing it come out of your mouth just sounds weird to me. I'm like, they really did that.
Like the quarterbacks really had no chance with the Philadelphia Eagles, except the Saints. We won that game. But other than that, like no quarterbacks had a chance with the Eagles D line front line. And I wanna go over these stats with y'all, man. I want to go over these stats real quick. And honestly, this they didn't allow, like, they only had like 3 sacks against the 49ers. So
all together.
Yeah. So shout out to that third string quarterback coming in there, and trying to make something happen, even though you got that great front line coming at you. But it just wasn't enough, man. You on your third, well, not even third, because you go down Jimmy.
Fourth string.
Yeah, you go down Jimmy G, you go down Trey Lance, and then you come in with Brock Purdy, leading the way, going on a little streak, and then Brock Purdy just happens to go down in the one of the biggest game of the year, if not second to the Super Bowl, and it just wasn't enough, man. It wasn't enough. Eagles is too high powered to let a fourth string QB beat them in a big time game like that. So yeah, it was unfortunate that Brock Purdy went down. I did read up on it. He had something to do with his his shoulder issue or
Probably
something, or
time, yeah.
elbow.
So the UC joint
Elbow.
or something like that, the UC joint, I believe it is, was torn or dislocated. So it didn't look that like crazy, which is weird. Like on film, I can see where the injury, obviously happened, but it didn't look like something that would possibly require like a year turnaround for him to return, which would be like next year's playoffs. So that's
huge.
crazy.
Yeah, because they was looking at like 2 surgeries. They say he might have to have like 2 surgeries on the elbow. So I don't know, man. They was talking about Trey Lance leaving the 49ers and all that, but I don't see it. It looks like he's gonna be their guy. Until
it leaves a lot of question marks for that whole franchise, which is crazy because they were almost like plays away from the Super Bowl. And this is like 3 years out of the last 4 for them where they're like a play away or plays away from the Super Bowl. And then going into the offseason, they find themselves like questioning everything and everybody in the organization.
Yeah, for real.
It's an ironic situation for them.
It's not normal. Shout out to the 49ers though, man, because they've been consistent with it year by year for these past 4 to 5 years, man. If not getting to the Super Bowl, man, at least getting to that NFC Championship game. So shout out to the 49ers, shout out to the 49er fans, because they got some crazy fans too, man. Shout out to that whole organization for sure. But
sure. Philly too. They like both even when they have like dire situations and like not the greatest off seasons coming in, they still find themselves like in the mix. And when they have like quiet off seasons where nobody's really questioning them, they find themselves like fighting for a championship. It's like an under the radar approach that they take, and then they just end up winning. I envy that.
Me too, man. Me too as a Saints fan. But hey, the teasers rolling. Just want to get into the numbers real quick for the 49ers. Like I said, you had Brock Purdy. He was 4 for 4 before he went down with 23 yards. And then Josh Johnson stepped in and went 7 for 13 for 74 yards. So it's not bad, man. Almost threw for 100, but it's still under 100. And then Chris McCaffrey coming there, 15 carries for 84 yards, 1 TD. So one that really, didn't get loose like I thought he was Debo, man. I thought Debo was going to do a lot more.
Yeah.
Debo and George Kittle, George Kittle. I thought they was going to both do. And Brenda Ayuk.
The irony is, like, when you take the only like serviceable quarterback on the roster out of the game, or take his abilities, down substantially, you kind of do like take other players out of the game as well. And I felt like Kittle was really the one who would have to dominate this game and basically dominate inside the box and when he's outside the box and pass catching to really have San Fran have a chance down the road, because that would be the only caveat to Brock Purdy playing it as well as he would have needed to win this game. But once all that is off the table, it's like there's no shot. So it doesn't super surprise me that being how early the injury took place, that Kittle didn't really get as involved in this game as he would like to. And Debo, they ran like wide receiver reverse with like 10 times. It just kind of like demoralizes you when you're not sure. So I feel like there was a point in the game where they almost were like trying to convince Brock Purdy to play.
Tight stuff.
It just as watching the game in live real time, it felt like on that sideline, everybody wanted 13 to go back in the game except for 13.
Yeah.
And I think once they realized, I think if they would have ruled him out earlier, basically before you go into the locker room, then you can go in the locker room, and I know there's not a whole lot of time to do it, but you can figure out you have a little time to figure out other ways to get the playmakers the ball, and not so unconventional that you got to run like Philly special on every play and like wide receiver triple reverse.
Or trying to throw Christian McCaffrey in there and throw a pass.
Yeah, like they got way too creative and off the beaten path and way too unconventional. Yeah. Whereas I feel like they should have just allowed Josh Johnson to try to be a quarterback, like whatever, like bro, like let's go in here and just play. Like it really felt like they like at one point I wanted to be like they should just turn this game off and like forfeit, like say we're not gonna win because it's like you're down 24 points and it's 3rd and 13 and you run like a hook and lateral or something weird like that, or you run, or it's like say it's like 3rd and 20 and you hand off a halfback draw because everybody in the stadium knows you can't throw the ball. Well, basically you're saying we can't win this game. So why are y'all even out there playing?
And
Weird.
It's so because you got the players frustrated. You got them all in each other's face. You got Trent Williams tossing one of the Eagles off the little pile up they had. Yeah, it was all type of emotions for the 49ers. And I get it, man. You know, you step into that game, you're thinking you're gonna perform a lot better than what you performed. And a lot of stuff happened, adversity that you got to overcome, you know, but it's just bad timing when stuff like that happens, especially being in the NFC Championship. So like I said, man, it was a lot of emotions for 49ers. So I get why they was, you know, doing all that. But at the same time, man, you gotta hold your composure, man. You gotta show, you know, come strong next year, man. This wasn't y'all game. Eagles is a better team in this specific game right here. So gotta move on, man. But I see why the emotions was there for the 49ers. But
facts. And they could have done themselves more favors staying in the game and not letting the lid get blown off like that. I feel like they should have stopped the run and played the run a little bit better. And not focus so much on the 2 wide receiver sets that Philadelphia was running, because they didn't throw the ball very well at all. I think the leading receiver for the Eagles had like 36 receiving yards.
Vaughn, what up, Vaughn? What up, my boy?
What up? Altogether, Hurts had like 130 passing yards. I don't think he's won a playoff game this year with over 200 passing yards. So it's like it starts and ends with the run. And if San Francisco would have gotten themselves off the field, maybe they have a better chance. So I don't like a whole lot of people just solely putting this loss at the loss of the quarterback position, because a whole lot of things went wrong for the 49ers.
Yeah, that they did, man. And like I said, Eagles, that's a great team on both sides of the football. So you even get down, I say a 14-point stretch, man. It's hard to come back from that, man. Just off the running game and the passing game that the Eagles have, man. They got, you know, you can go to Smith or AJ on the outside, even a tight end he eats. Forget his name, it crossed my mind right now. But Goddard eats, and then not only that,
like great 4 running backs who could probably start on most teams.
Gainwell, Miles Sanders, which, man, Miles Sanders 8 this year, bro, the whole year. But yeah, man, they got it's everywhere you look. And then you got Jalen Hurts. That's like another running back in a quarterback's body. Like, dude is just like a modern day Mike Vick that we watching right now with the read options just taking off. Like, you know, it's just crazy.
And
he's strong, man. I'm talking like you know, he can get up there.
He ain't really making people miss. He probably make you.
No, he's just powering his way through. Like, you get on 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s, bro. You know what they're doing. They're gonna show you what they're doing too. They lining up at QB sneak, and they gonna get that first down. Because I mean, you got Jalen Hurts. He squats 600 pounds as a quarterback. Like, dude gonna push the line. Then you got the Kelsey,
big Jason Kelsey,
Jason Kelsey up there,
wedge blocking up there,
like just bullying. And speaking of Jason Kelsey, man, you seen him after Miles Sanders made a touchdown, he started hitting it. I said, big boy getting it. I like that. Yeah, but yeah, man.
Also, those guys are getting up there. So this will be Kelsey's 2nd Super Bowl win if Philadelphia does get it. Same for on the other side, the other Kelsey brother. But those players aren't getting any younger. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, this is a good time for y'all's like Super Bowl window, because I know last week we spoke about not Josh Sweat, but we spoke about Big Fletcher Cox in the middle, how he's getting up there. Brandon Graham is probably up over his 10th year at this point too.
They
So
got a lot of free agents too coming into this year, man.
yeah,
You
y'all
got
got some guys who have played
need.
themselves into a contract this year, namely Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. So a lot of things could look differently on that Philadelphia Eagles side next season. So this game is going to tell us a whole lot. I know a lot of those players are going to be judged on their performance, specifically in the Super Bowl.
They got Big Davis. Jordan Davis could fill in for Cox too.
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there. But I mean, that's just one less body, right?
Yeah.
Like they've dominated by committee. It's been like 8. I put up 9. It's been like 8 D linemen that have really played well in that Philadelphia system this year, this season. So I think a little bit of that has to do with the fact that you're not getting beat up. You're not out there on every play because you got another dog who plays the exact same position as you. He's another 3 tech, and he can do the same things.
Yeah.
So when that guy's gone and it's on Jordan Davis to like now be Fletcher Cox 100% of the time, 100%, like then things can change a little bit. But trust me, he's a dog. I got him dominating. But yeah, I'm just saying I hope y'all get this win so that all of this positive things that have happened for you guys doesn't like go to waste and a lot of those players go away next year and y'all don't get to capitalize and try to run it back.
No, it's definitely gonna be huge. And this is like you said, Floyd, this is the right time to punch another one in and get you another Super Bowl for the Philadelphia.
That window is like this for y'all, like this. But y'all got a window. We don't got no window. So
yeah, I like that secondary a lot. I like the Eagles secondary a lot. So if I was the Eagles franchise, if I was their GM, man, I'd be looking to keep a lot of them boys around, like as in the Chauncey, as we mentioned, and Bradbury and all of them, man. So, but and you got Slay, he's young, man. Slay's young and dominating. So that's looking like another, I'm speaking on the Saints like a Lattimore, but Slay for them, for their team. So QB1, put it like that, QB1 for years to come. So shout out to the Eagles though, man. Like y'all punched y'all's ticket to the Super Bowl, all from Bond to JB, all my Eagles fans in the chat, man.
Yeah, man. James, every Eagles fan that tapped in. Congrats, bro. Y'all did, but we couldn't.
Hey, that's facts, man. That's facts, man. Y'all talking stuff all year, and y'all punched y'all's way to that Super Bowl. And I can't say nothing about y'all, man. Like I said I was gonna cancel this show, man. Y'all already know I was capping. I can't cancel the pod. It's especially not the finale, man. Got to chop it up about y'all. But we're gonna get into the Super Bowl game here in a minute. Before we do, man, let's bring up our other recap we had was the Bengals versus the Chiefs in the AFC championship. And this one was a lot closer. On the Eagles game, I actually caught the second half of that game because I was at work. But
that's true.
But this AFC championship game, I caught this whole game, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. At the end of the game, I was sitting there just stunned, looking at the TV because I thought the Bengals was gonna pull that out. We've been screaming Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow, all that, since the Saints got eliminated. And man, the Chiefs come out there. You got Pat Mahomes on one leg, basically off a high ankle sprain, hopping all around the field. And just going off, man. Along with, like you mentioned backstage, you feel like Travis Kelce is their main guy, Floyd. So I feel like Travis did kind of carry them to the promised land, along with Mahomes. Can't count Mahomes out with hopping on one ankle, bro. Because I don't know if you remember, Floyd, but I had one of them injuries leading into our senior year, bro. The same injury.
Do I remember? That mug was nasty.
The same injury with a high ankle sprain. I can be the first to tell y'all, man, that injury is crucial. It's hard. It's not so as bad as when you're walking straight on it, but any kind of little turn, any kind of plant, boy, it have a grown man wanting to cry. And shout out to Pat Mahomes for playing on a whole AFC championship with that and winning that game to go to the Super Bowl, man. That says a lot about Pat Mahomes. I can't even cap. He really, I always respected Pat, but after that game, bro, I couldn't do nothing but tip my hat to him and look at him as like, man, you that dog, man.
For sure. Because there were points in the game where It was clear that he had, re-aggravated the injury. I'm sure they taped him up real good, maybe gave him a painkiller or two and had him feeling good at kickoff. But as the game went along, there were a few plays that you could point to where it was tweaked a little bit. Maybe it's twisted a little bit. Maybe he turned on it. Or
Playing it
sometimes
on
where
it
he
too
would just
hard.
take a simple step and then he would have to limp it off a little bit because of how painful it was. But Patrick Mahomes, man, like there were like what I meant to begin with, the comment that I meant to say when I began was there were obvious passing downs where we tried to bracket. Well, I say we, the Bengals ran under 87 and kept the safety up over them. And on those plays, 15 did a great job of recognizing that, okay, he's bracketed. Sometimes he would fit it in there, but a lot of those times he would get out of the pocket and throw the ball away.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sure what was always like his second read, it seemed like, on those obvious passing downs, was just a go ball, just a go route, 9 route to MVS, Marquez Valdez Scantling. And it really impressed me how he was able to get MVS to like 115 passing yards and make a guy who's not a game breaker really be a factor in the game because they were taking away doing a decent job, of taking away his number one target in Travis Kelce. So it's like they proved that in this final game, whereas nobody else has forced them to get off of 87, they proved that if you do bracket him on obvious passing downs, we'll either run the ball, and Pacheco ate a lot of times where it seemed like an obvious passing down, or we'll be able to get off of 87 and still make a play with number 15, even if he's on one leg. And that was really impressive to me. Even though I was rooting for the Bengals, it kind of did open my eyes to the potential that the AFC could have in the Super Bowl.
No, and that's facts. Cause and
I'm
I
a
feel
little
like
worried for Philly. I'm probably rooting for y'all, but I'm a little worried for y'all.
it's just like I feel like the sacks was a difference in the game. You got Joe Burrow hitting the ground. Of course, it's nothing different. Joe Burrow, he been hitting the ground a lot. He been getting sacked a lot since he been in the NFL with the Bengals O line. And they try to, get him better and bringing in, other offensive linemen. But, you got a couple dudes that went down. So it's like, they allowed Joe Burrow to get sacked 5 times in that game, putting a lot of pressure on Joey B. And but so where he had to make some questionable throws, and I feel like they was the right throws. Honestly, I can't put it on Joey B. One of them wasn't even his fault. T. Higgins, he said in his interview, one of them was even his fault or whatever on the pick, and one of them was Joe Burrow's fault. But other than that, man, dude played an awesome game. Joey B, man, he's gonna be there to come, man. He's a dog in this game, regardless. So, man, him and Pat. So, we got a lot of great quarterbacks that we looking at, for these next few years coming up, or next generation of QBs, because man, they are some dogs, man. Jalen Hurts,
brother.
Joey B.
I wonder if y'all agree or disagree, or if y'all can see it with this analogy, or if y'all can't. I was in the shower, maybe 2 days ago, yesterday, and I was thinking about it because I was like, I don't know what it is, but like I've seen this team before. Like I've seen the way this looks. Like I've seen this team before. I just didn't know what it was. And then it didn't dawn on me that these Bengals, the 2020, 2023, or 2022 Cincinnati Bengals, are made in the mold of the team that was the New Orleans Saints team that was the season before we went and won the Super Bowl. It's like that same mold of football team, except they don't have a Reggie Bush or a Pierre Thomas. They don't have
they one playmaker away.
Yes, bro. They don't have the second or third tailback. But Joe Mixon, who's in the mold of a modern day Deuce McAllister. I think they got the guy right there. He didn't play very great, but I think Joe Burrow is kind of in the mold of like a young Draye, who after he came off his throwing shoulder surgery, which was like that first or second year in New Orleans. the defense especially is really made in the mold of that team. Whereas like Trey Hendrickson and those guys really remind me of how that D line was. Von Bell especially reminds me of Mike Jenkins from Ohio State on
Mal-
that Saints team. Malcolm Jenkins. There we
Malcolm,
go. Because
Malcolm.
I loved watching him play.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Um, and
Big
it's like
Eagles boy. Eagles in, you know, he originated in Saints, but he went to
and
them Eagles and
he
got
went
him
to
one or two. Yeah,
Philly and got him one too.
yeah, yeah.
But it's like they just
Minus Eli Apple.
they did everything exactly, brother. They did everything in this
That's
game
their downfall.
to win the game except run the football. And I think that's the reason that they got down by 10 to begin the game and then kind of had to fight back to get a chance, to hope for a chance to push it to overtime. You know what I mean? I think if they would have been able to run the football better, and that's not an indictment on Joe Mixon, maybe it just wasn't his day. And they went to Samaje Perine, who's a good player, but I think if they were able to go to a like what they were hoping Travion Williams was going to be and what Kansas City was hoping Clyde Edwards-Helaire was going to be, then they would have had a better like looking offense and a better chance of moving the chains. So I think next year Cincinnati is probably going to draft receiver or running back.
I'll take a running back. If I was them, I'll really take a running back or tight end. Yeah, running back.
Like you said, they're literally one guy away. They just need to fill up that O-line with depth.
One guy, because you're gonna need somebody to I mean, like I said, Joe Mixon, he was getting it done for the most part on the check downs when Burrow can check down, but it's like he's more of like you need, like you said, a player that can get shifty out there, like in a Reggie or even number 10 for the Chiefs.
Pacheco, yes.
Pacheco. Dude, he can cut and get he runs like AK to me, bro. He can hit the hard, he can hit the hole so hard, bro, and fast. But yeah, man, that one guy away. I agree with you. I agree with you.
One guy, preferably on a rookie deal, because they're gonna have to pay Joe Burrow, who's gonna be like close to $500 million. Then they're gonna have to pay T. Higgins this same summer. So that's gonna happen. But if the guy that they get, if they can get a guy on a rookie deal in the draft this year, that can make somewhat of a significant difference on that offense, they'll literally be right back in the same situation they are this year, which is playing for a Super Bowl, playing for a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
I feel like Tyler Boyd going down too was huge on the Bengals. Because then you go from you got your T. Higgs, you got your Jamar Chase, and you got Boyd, of course.
Yeah.
So you go to Boyd goes down, you go to double teaming over the top with Chase, double teaming over the top with T. Higgs. So who can you go to but the tight end, like we mentioned, that can be
the flat,
or the flat, or So like that was a lot on Joey B, but like I said, shout out to Joey B for holding it down and making that game still close to where they was plays away from winning that football game. So, but it was just not enough for the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs, shout out to the Chiefs too, man, because they don't get a lot of credit, man. Five AFC championship appearances, bro, and people barely even talk about the Chiefs. When you say something about the Chiefs, you talk about Pat Mahomes and Kelsey. You really don't. That's it, man. Shout out to that whole team, bro. To get there 5 times, bro, that is crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, so they don't get a lot of credit, and they had the Burrowhead situation with the mayor, and of course everybody going, the Chiefs players all shooting they little shots back after the game.
That's what makes me mad, because they beat the Bengals by 3 points, and the Bengals gave them all that ammunition, all that drive and like desire to really beat y'all. Y'all really put yourselves on their radar and like in their targets, whereas you should have just shut your mouth. Delete Twitter off your phone.
Lock in for the game, man.
Prepare for the game.
Which it was just really the mayor making that comment, and of course, players gonna talk up, here and there about it. But I just look, man, Joey B press conference, man, dude is so calm and collect. They asked him, they said, how you feel about all the comments that the Chiefs made after the game, about, the Burrowhead situation, all that stuff. And he was like, I like it, man. That's what makes
Mhm.
football fun. Like the
Mhm.
dude just so calm and
He's like,
collect, bro. He's like,
you know, it
I like
happens.
it. It makes
Yeah.
football fun. That's what makes the
I'll
game
see them
fun.
next year.
Yes, we'll be back. Like this ain't we came back this past year. We'll be back. So man, Bengals they got a great team. Like I said, they're probably a cornerback and a playmaker away on offensive way because they got to get rid of Eli.
Got to.
Eli is killing them, bro. You got Eli. You got killed in the Super Bowl over the top with Cooper Cup, and then for the six in the Super Bowl, and then you go to the freaking AFC Championship and you get a crucial holding call that you did not have to do. It was that was on the opposite side of the field. Why are you holding, bro? Like you are tripping. Like I know
the thing is, Cincinnati did everything right in this offseason. They tried to get rid of him. They got Chidobe Awuzie, who I think came from Dallas, but he's a dog. And hopefully when he comes back next year, they can finally cut Eli. They were preparing to cut Eli Apple, but like 2 injuries happened. And then they
had
ended
to
up
keep him.
one injury happened. They benched Eli Apple instead of cutting him. Then another injury happened. And you have to start this guy who you're hoping you could cut. So I understand Cincy, but I really hope that they could cut ties with this guy and, like you said, replace him with a playmaker. Pay the guys who need to get paid and run it back, man. That's really all that there is to it. I think Joe will probably get like $5 less than whatever Lamar Jackson gets. So if Lamar, you know what I mean, like or no, forgive me, Joe's gonna get $5 less than what Patrick Mahomes got.
Yeah.
So if Mahomes signed for close to 500 mil or whatever it is, Joe's gonna be in the 480s, the 490s.
Oh yeah.
For the next 10 years, 9-year deal, whatever it is that they sign, and then from there, run it back. Like
Run it back. And Jamar Chase is awesome, man. Jamar Chase is awesome, bro. The catch that he made from Joey B over like 3 defenders was just
on 4th down.
Bro, that was nasty, bro. That play right there just showed me, like, I mean, he been doing it, but since LSU, but man, that play right there, I was like, bro, that's outstanding. And then you get hit in the air, you all sideways, and you still hold on to the football. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to Jamar, man. That boy's a dog, and he gonna get that bag in the future too.
Oh yeah, next year. That's the NFL LSU connection right there. I hope since he can bring him back. I know Joe is gonna be campaigning for him, but after paying a few people, and then how next it's a question mark how next offseason is gonna look for them as far as what they have left in the bank.
The playmaker for the Chiefs that really I feel like won them the game for the most part is Chris Jones. Dude was in the backfield almost every play. They could not block Chris Jones. So yeah, Chris Jones, he did that, man. He did that. But the Chiefs did that. So
5 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for loss.
Wow.
And was wrecking havoc the rest of the game. But that tells you everything he was doing was in the backfield. Like backfield only. I'm getting back there. It's crazy. All your tackles was for loss.
But you notice with this game, every time they play each other, you're gonna get a game. You're gonna get a good, great game, and it's gonna be a 3-point stretch game every time. Like so. Man, that was a coin toss game. You didn't know who was gonna get that one, but of course, Chiefs do come out on top 23-20, and they will be moving on to face the Eagles in the Super Bowl. So let's jump straight into it, Floyd. Man, the big games here finally in coming up here soon. The Chiefs versus the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I see we got some viewers in here, man. Drop in the comments.
10 days.
Yes, drop in the comments who y'all feel like is going to win this game. Super Bowl is gonna be crazy. Patrick Mahomes, I feel like he has some more time to heal that ankle, so he can get back, a little bit. He's not gonna be 100. He's not gonna be 100, but he's gonna be close to it, like you said, Floyd. But so that's gonna be huge for the Chiefs. Both got a good defense. Both really great football teams, and of course they're in the Super Bowl, so that shows. But who you got, Floyd? Who you got? What's your take on this? I just got to hear it, man. Who you got in this?
That's the thing, bro. So everything I've seen, I looked at Yahoo analytics. I looked at Pro Football Focus, and I looked at ESPN in analytics. They all got them 50-50. It's literally 50% Chiefs,
Yeah.
50% Eagles. So this game, like you said, is going to have a lot of fireworks. And it's going to be one of those games that I love to watch where sometimes you watch a game and you're like, he just ran the ball for 3 yards, whatever. Like, next play, give me to the highlight play, like when somebody actually scores. But then there are other games that I watch where I'm like, I literally just want to watch every single play. Like, I don't care if it's a tackle for loss. I don't care if it's an incompletion, 5-yard out route. Like, I just know that both teams are good enough to where it's really going to be an entertaining outcome. And I just want to see whatever that outcome is. And that's the kind of game we're talking about right now. Both number one seeds. One team dominated on offense all year. The other team dominated on defense all year and ran the football and pretty much won their games that way. So it's like a clash of concepts. It's a clash of ideologies where it's the Andy Reid, air it out, drop back, let your quarterback be a playmaker like he used to do with McNabb, like he's used to do with Alex Smith, and like he's doing with Mahomes now. Ideology. And then on the other side, it's like reel your quarterback in, hand the ball off, maybe let your quarterback be an athlete, but don't necessarily like let him just have the key. So we're not going to see 50 dropbacks from Jalen Hurts, and we're not going to see 40 handoffs from the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's like complete opposites, and both of them are great at it. I say all that to say, like, this game's going to come down to what I call a rookie mistake, and that doesn't necessarily mean it'll come from a rookie. But does Pacheco, get to the second level and get past the linebacker and cough it up and fumble the ball and give it back to Philly? Or does Jalen Hurts get a strip sack? Or does Miles Sanders not have the greatest game and maybe have a turnover? Those are going to be the kind of things that really decide this game versus like, oh, Mahomes threw for 600 and had 4 touchdowns, or like, oh, Jalen Hurts just dominated this game. I think the guys outside of the quarterback position are really going to determine who wins this game.
I like
so
that take.
if it was the opposite, I would probably go with KC. But because of that, I feel like quarterbacks aside, the Philadelphia Eagles have the most complete roster to be able to get the job done.
I like that take.
But
I like
close, man. Like, I've gone back and forth. So like earlier today, I almost tweeted out like Kansas City by like 9+. But the more that I kind of look at things and see like KC is very hungry, but they're also probably the team with a little more pressure. Being that I think they had 2 straight years where they didn't get to the Super Bowl or something like the 2 straight years without a Super Bowl.
They've been consistent. They've been consistent.
So like they're hungry and really need a chip, but they're also kind of banged up. And it feels like Philly is coming into this game a little more fresh. They had 2 games back to back where they didn't have to stress. They didn't have to, you know what I mean? Like gut it out. So they have a little bit more left in the tank. And that's why I think down the stretch, but it's like you really
tough.
just got to keep the ball away.
You
got to play keep away. It can't be.
I think it comes down to coaching. I think it comes down to the coaching. Honestly, what coach is going to outcoach the other coach in the Super Bowl? Because regardless, I feel like both teams is going to.
That ain't Sirianni to me.
That's that's what I'm saying. Andy could get the job. They could, because Andy, he's that guy. He showed us why he's that guy at coach, and he knows a lot about the Eagles organization. Being a former coach for the Eagles. So I mean, like, he got that mind up there, and then the play calling. You got to look at the play calling against what he just did to Bengals. Man, they throw a dot. Mahomes throws a dot. It's a design play. Throw a dot to Kelsey, and Kelsey tries the back lateral of the ball to number 10 Pacheco. So it's like he gambles, and I like that because you go back to I know I always bring it about us, but I gotta go. You go back to Saint Sean Payton making that call to come out and kick the onside kick to start off the half to give us the ball. It's just game changing. So yeah, man, I feel like it's gonna come down to coaching. You look at the Chiefs side of the organization, they have a lot of young players, a lot of rookies they was rolling off of. So the young players can, run a little faster, do stuff like a little faster than the veterans. But you also got, you look at the Eagles, they got a lot of vets over there. They got that mind. They've been in the game. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be close, a close Super Bowl. It's going to be one of the greatest Super Bowls.
I wanted to say like both teams could score 30. Like I could definitely see that.
I just feel like
my prediction I would say would be like 31-28 or 33-30 or something like that.
Eagles?
I guess so. Yep, Eagles. It's so tough. It's tough.
It's really tough. It's really tough because, like I said, you never know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be, coaching's gonna be huge, of course, and then play, like the play calling time, managing the time right, and turnovers is crucial. Whichever team gets that first turnover, that first momentum switch, I feel like the ball's in their favor. So you just got to capitalize off that. So yeah, Bond tweaking over here, but that's crazy. I can't really say too much though. I don't say it's gonna be that.
No, so I'll put it this way:
but
if there's a blowout, if there's one team that's gonna lay an egg in this game, it's not Kansas City. So if there's this 42-17 score, final, the final score is that. It's probably the Chiefs put 42 on y'all, and Hurts wasn't able to throw the ball for more than 121 yards like last week, and that's why y'all scored 17.
He said CJ getting the pick six.
You don't want that. You don't want that score. Trust me.
See, Bond, something like that does happen though, man. Like I said, that's a momentum switch, man. And football's a lot about momentum, man. Because one team gets up, one team gets down, and feel down and out, man. That can change the whole aspect of the game. I got Eagles pulling through, honestly. I got Eagles pulling through by at least 7 points. I feel like it's gonna be a 7-point stretch, and but tight, very tight game. And one of the greatest Super Bowls we watched, man. This is gonna be awesome.
That's what I think too.
It's gonna be awesome. You gotta look at it. It's
gonna be historic, man.
Yeah, you gotta look at it. The first two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear this. Mahomes light skin. He have a whatever. Two black quarterbacks, and then you got Andy Reid about to coach against his former team, in the Philadelphia Eagles, and then you got the Kelsey brothers, man. So
brothers to not only play against each other in the Super Bowl, but they both starting.
So that's like top headlines for this Super Bowl, and it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait, and I do got Eagles pulling through, man. I said this, y'all. I said if the Bengals got to the Super Bowl, they was gonna win, man. They was gonna beat the Eagles. But Chiefs getting there. Don't get me wrong, Chiefs is no pushover. Give Chiefs their respect. 5 consistent AFC championships. That says it all right there. Period. Chiefs is no pushover team. You got a great franchise quarterback in Pat Mahomes. Really, it could go. You can really go in conversation. Maybe the best quarterback in the NFL right now, especially off of what we about to talk about here soon. So, yeah, man, this is gonna be great. I do got Eagles pulling through though.
Yeah, they're favored by 1.5 Golly, bro. I literally couldn't be more torn, and I haven't been more torn on a game this whole year. Like,
no, it's Super Bowl, man. And it's just crazy because you really can't. Pat Mahomes so great, man. He can do so many things. It's just the only thing, like, for example, say this, Floyd. If Pat Mahomes was 100%, I'll say hands down, Chiefs is winning.
Yeah.
Like for real, like hands down.
I'll roll with that.
Hands down, because I mean he could just do so much, man. He could turn them rookies great, like he just did. But I don't know, man. With him not being 100%, and with the pass rush that the Eagles have, you gotta look at all that, man. You gotta look at all that. But I like your take on it too, though. Like
my only thing is I feel reluctant about it because, like I said, like if one team, like there's only one team I feel like that has the potential to just like choke and like not show up, like not really play how they played the rest of the season. And that's Philly. Like I'm just kind of looking down the roster. I'm like, Jay Hurts. Okay, yeah, he's bald, but he ain't thrown over 200 in how many weeks? If any of y'all Eagles fans know. Then I'm going down. I'm like, okay, yeah, AJ Brown. Yeah, he popped off against the Titans.
He was close to 200 this
That was
past one.
one game. I know he's like over 1,000, and same with D. Smith. But I'm just looking down the list, and I'm just like, Miles Sanders. Like Leighton Egg is a rookie.
Yeah, because
Like,
Pacheco nice on KC.
and
Pacheco nice, man.
on the other side, I feel like those guys just really don't have the capacity to just choke and not show up. So it'll either be a close game or KC blowout. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I think Philly will win, but at the same time, if they don't play close to impeccable in the first quarter, that confidence level kind of dwindles a little bit. And once that happens and the playing field is really level and you're looking on the other side and that's Patrick Mahomes, the game changes. So
they haven't really seen nobody close to Pat Mahomes this whole year, honestly.
Nobody has, though.
That's
true. That's true.
Like, if I'm talking to Philly, because the closest I think they seen to Pat Mahomes running wise, like just getting out the pocket, is a Justin Fields in the Chicago Bears, and Justin Fields was running on them in the regular season, like running on the Eagles. So, like I said, if you had 100% Patrick Mahomes in this football game, I would outright say the Chiefs, man, because you got Fields running on you. What you think Pat Mahomes gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, and Pat Mahomes can't. He don't just run. The dude can throw a dot 60 yards down the field. So
and
I don't know, man.
A factor.
Okay, y'all played Kyler, but yeah, he is fast.
To the antithesis of what you just said, like. For on the Philadelphia side, I feel like there's I don't know, man. Like there's so much going on to make you feel like you played a little bit better than you have the last few weeks. So like I don't know.
I'm gonna say it first, man. That Eagle schedule was weak. I don't care what y'all say. That Eagles schedule was weak, bro. Like it really was this whole year. So I can't dog y'all though, because y'all did get to these playoffs and just ran the playoffs. Everybody y'all played, y'all smacked so far. So I can't really say too much about, but I don't know, man. I'm with you, Floyd. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I do.
This isn't the matchup that they would have preferred for the Super Bowl. That's for a fact that I can say. And I think the X factor in this game, more than anything, the one unit I guess I would say that's an X factor in this game more than anything will be the Kansas City defense. Do they play well? Like they did last week? Do they not play so well? Which is a very good possibility because that defense they were almost built to defend what Cincinnati does really well, which is run guys into the seams and up the sideline past you. But that's like the opposite of what Philadelphia is trying to do, which is run game and RPO, which they can still get either one of their number one receivers, which they have two, up over like 200 yards running RPO stuff. So it's real advanced and it's real special. And it plays to the benefit of Philadelphia and to the detriment of KC. I just hope that they don't get, like I said, down early in the first quarter where all that stuff gets thrown out the window. Even if you're down like 6 or 7 points, you kind of get antsy and feel like we need to drop back and throw this thing instead of sticking to what got you to the Super Bowl. So if y'all are playing from, I would say, not too far behind or playing from ahead, Philly wins. But if we're looking at the end of the first quarter and KC's up even by 7 points, by one touchdown, I think the game plan that Philadelphia will have been practicing for 10 straight days goes out the window and you get into a pass-happy offense and KC wins. That's not a recipe for Philly to win. And I think that could be a situation that they find themselves in. So I'm real reluctant if y'all aren't paying attention with my pick. But I think playing from ahead, Philadelphia can capitalize on a lot of the things Cincinnati could not do because of the guys that they have on their roster.
Woo, boy, hey,
It's a lot. I know it's a lot.
I can't wait. I can't wait, man.
But it's gonna be great to watch. I'm gonna have my nachos. I'm gonna have my popcorn ready, like Theo says. This, I believe, will be a historic Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice one. It's gonna be a real nice one. He said, Jalen said, "I'll be in the podcast with the Eagles in 4."
So 4 quarters. 4 quarters. The thing is, excuse me, I think the Eagles almost would have rather to be playing against Cincinnati this week. But being in the Super Bowl, y'all would take it. Whoever y'all have to play, I'm sure y'all would take it. I just hope that they are able to stick to the game plan.
Oh my God, y'all cutting up in the comments. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I'm with you on your take for sure, though. Whatever big play happens in this Super Bowl, man, that's gonna change the whole out.
Like in most Super Bowls, after the first quarter, you don't know nothing. Like I don't care what the scoreboard looks like. You feel like, okay, they need to keep playing some more football for me to really know where this game is going. And that's most Super Bowls, not all. But just pick the chat.
Yeah, look, because I was leaning on. Look, I had my mindset like the Chiefs is winning, and then as soon as Floyd and Ken got to talk about them Jags, I said, "Hold on, man, y'all got maybe I'm missing something here." All right, I'm gonna roll with the pod with the team on the pod, man. Let's go, Jags.
They were closer than I would have thought after how they came out and played initially. I'll say that. but it's like I feel like after this Super Bowl, after the first quarter of this Super Bowl, we will really have a good picture of what the next 3 quarters are going to look like.
Hey, you're
right. It might be scoreless. It could still be 0-0. But I think we'll know a little bit more.
Reddick has been dogging this whole year, and I don't see him stopping.
What?
I don't see him stopping in the Super Bowl.
Dominating that right side. Everybody's right side is just like.
Did Reddick go out? Did Reddick go out? Was that Reddick that went out against us? And like early in the game, was that Reddick?
He went out with went down. But I think he finished the game.
Okay,
he was making plays.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
It might have been Jay Sweat that got hurt.
So I want to. I had got Bond's take on the Super Bowl. Of course, he's going. He's an Eagles fan. He going with the Eagles. Jalen going with the Eagles. Mr. Peters, who you got? Who you got in the Super Bowl? Chiefs of the Eagles, man. Let me hear it in the comments. And where we at? Who else was in here? Silas, who you got? Who you got, man? It's looking like the Chiefs. Looking like the Chiefs, I think.
Smart money, yeah, like KC. Yeah, man. I really could see it. Especially being that
Jalen crazy. Hey, that'd be tight. That'd be tight.
Yeah, I swear. Have us on.
That'd be tight.
That'd be fire. Sure. That would be fire. But I feel like they oh man, they're gonna play with their heart, bro. They have a lot to lose too. So Philadelphia is really gonna have to take this from Kansas City if they want to win.
NFL makes some. I told y'all the NFL will make sure Patrick Mahomes wins. I'm not arguing about it.
Can't argue with that because the league. Yeah.
What you were saying before in the back when we was backstage, Floyd? Remember what you was telling me? How you feel like what they gonna do? How they did Tom Brady? What they gonna do with Mahomes?
Oh, come on! It's almost obvious. They feel like they want the most potential good storylines, near championships. So it just felt like there weren't any of those coming out of the Cincinnati Bengals side. I believe if the Buffalo Bills were in the AFC Championship against KC, they probably don't get a 5th down and a phantom flag. So that's my evidence for feeling that way or thinking that, having that opinion. But it just feels like the NFL is invested in having a player of similar stature of Tom Brady. I've been hearing it for like the last like 6 years of this guy's the next Brady, this guy's the next Brady. And even if it's like Carson Wentz, where you're like, they don't even play the same game, they don't even play the position the same way, like, but they just want that next guy, and it feels like it's inevitable that next guy is here, and he's Patrick Mahomes, and he wears number 15, and he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. So the more opportunities for him to have a Super Bowl win, the better it is for that agenda on the NFL side. And you just can't potentially win a Super Bowl if you lose the AFC Championship. So the closer they can have Mahomes to potentially winning a championship, it feels like the better for their bottom line as far as the National Football League goes. And I think that's going to unfortunately bleed onto the field and play itself into the outcome of this Super Bowl. So I like y'all's picks. Unfortunately, I am rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles, but unfortunately, I think that's kind of smart money.
For sure, man. And that is coming up here soon. Y'all can't wait. I can't wait for that Super Bowl. I know y'all can't either. But yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see how it shapes up, man.
I know. And then from then on, it's draft time, man. Everybody's gonna gear up. We're gonna watch the parade, and then we all gonna start thinking about our team again.
And you know, I ain't leaving out of here on this finale without talking about us real quick, man. Speaking of the draft, Floyd, we made a big move today. Sean Payton is a Denver Bronco, man. Sean Payton is a Denver Bronco, and we had got the 29th or 30th pick in the draft. 29th, okay. So yeah, man, it is official. They're our boy go, man. That's crazy. In the Broncos gear. That's crazy, man. I never thought I'd see it, man. I thought I was gonna see Sean for the rest of my life on the Saints. I ain't lying. Not the rest of my life, but you know what I mean.
But you know what? If we're gonna get a first round pick out of it, I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it too.
It's a far cry from the third pick as we initially, anticipated us potentially, getting for this upcoming NFL draft. But I think it's a step in the right direction. Even if we don't go quarterback, which a lot of the fans in mock drafts are having us trending in that direction, I think that we can right a lot of wrongs with this 29th pick. Namely some of the misses that we've had in the first round in previous recent years. So I think I saw Cam Jordan tweet out that he's campaigning for them to give him a D tackle.
And then he switched it up. You seen he switched it up?
What'd he say? What'd he say?
So he said D tackle at first. He said he made that comment, and then somebody was like, "So you really feel like that's what we're missing on the Saints right now?" And then he's like, and he quoted the tweet. And he's like, "All right. Realistically, I know what we need." Because you know how he put DT. Yeah, he said realistically, I know what we need. QB. So that's coming from a captain on our team in Cam Jordan, man. So if he telling, that was obvious though.
And I watch his podcast. He says he is not shy. He'll call Miss Benson. He'll call Mickey Loomis. For real, he be like, I get them on the phone and try to explain to them like the player side and like the things
that's
that we
good
need moving forward, because it's like sometimes they just need to hear from somebody. I watch him and Mark Ingram podcast all the time, Trust Levels. Yeah. He's like, I will let them know our opinion as the locker room. So hopefully they hear him loud and clear, and we got our eye on QB. I hate that we gave up an extra compensatory pick and sent that back to Denver, because it's like, and that was a dozen in one hand, 6 in the other. It's like that's the same thing.
2020
sending them something.
The 2024 third round pick that we sent to them with Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And we got the first round pick, of course, and then we got a second round pick for 2024.
I think we sent them a third for next year or some weak junk like that. But I think we might not be done. I think we could see ourselves trade up in this draft closer to mid-round, so like 12 to 15. Now that we have a little bit of draft capital, we can see doing something like that.
You seen what Chicago's looking at right now? I mean, I don't know how true it is. It might be a rumor.
One, and
they got number one, but they
thinking about trading back.
They're thinking about trading that pick and keeping it and rolling with Justin Fields. They look at
You
like
thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking exactly what you. Hey, wishful thinking. I pray it happens, boy.
So they say they straight at quarterback, so we can send them
listen, it's Mike T.
MT.
Yeah,
Come on, talk to me.
you with me? You with
Come
me?
on,
You with
we can
me?
send them because it ain't quarterback they saying they need, so we can send them. So if it's something else you need, we could talk. You feel me?
Yeah,
We can for sure talk. Send them the
Mickey, get on the
29th and
line.
Mike T for the first
What?
pick. Come
What?
on.
I mean, let us get that.
Come on,
That's not a bad trade.
Nah,
That's
it
not
ain't.
bad
It
at
ain't.
all. I mean, I know MT injured prone, but dude, still
For a
great.
team who has no receivers.
Still great, exactly.
Nothing.
So
I mean, they got. I think.
I don't see him
his
doing it
name is
though.
eluding me, but they got one receiver who is a dog. But that's it. They can use a guy like MT.
I don't see him trading that first pick. I wouldn't. Like I honestly, if I was the Bears, I wouldn't. Like I wouldn't do that. Like I just wouldn't. But I mean, it's not a bad move. Like, you know, we can send it. We got something to send over there if y'all interested. Who That Nation does have something for y'all. But yeah, I thought they make that move. I thought they make that move. I feel like they keep that pick. Even if they don't want a quarterback, they can look somewhere else and
something else,
you know what they need. So, but because that's huge to trade. Like
I
don't remember the last time a first round pick got traded.
Me, like, I think like 06.
Okay, it's been a while. It's been a while.
When they took what's his name over Reggie Bush to Houston. Can't think of his name. Mario Williams. I know they traded up for the first pick, but
hey, you never
know.
Don't
happen often.
Because didn't nobody know the AJ Brown situation was gonna go down with the Eagles. That came out of the blue. That shocked me. I said, "Well, what the heck?" You never know what's behind the works with the phones.
We're gonna have a few of those moments in this offseason where we might have to do a surprise episode or something, because a lot of things are gonna shift. A lot of guys are gonna head to other teams that are gonna blow our minds that we ain't even thinking about or talking about or even can fathom right now. But they're saying that there's a lot of shakeup that's gonna happen in this season. I think they said like 40% of quarterbacks and just like a lot of stuff. So it's gonna look different, real different. And I hope that's in favor of some of the teams that we root for, particularly the New Orleans Saints.
So with our QB situation, Floyd, we talked about a little bit last one with when I talked about with Ken and Bond. What's your take on that, man? You feel like we get like just say everything stays how it is, you know, no trade-ups, nothing like that. You feel like with that pick, that 29th pick, we'll look into getting a QB on that first pick, or do you feel like we would go another route and drafting like a running back because we don't know the AK situation that first round, and then looking to go down the stretch and getting like a hooker, Hendon Hooker, in the second round with the 40th pick.
Third round.
Because I feel like he'll fall like that because of the injury he just had with Tennessee with the ACL injury. But and I've seen a lot of mock drafts. You got Nick Underhill. He's one of the main dudes that follows up on the Saints. And he had a mock draft. He had us taking Hooker in the second.
I saw that. I loved it too.
Yeah. So what's your take, man? You just feel like we'll get a QB the first one? You feel like we'll just go out that first one, get a QB? You feel like we'll wait until the second round?
I love this question because last time we all talked about it, you Ken and I, we had not as clear of it was not nearly of as clear a picture as it is right now. Whereas Lamar Jackson was just franchise tagged last night. So we know he won't be on the market at least for this season. He'll be a free agent unrestricted next year after getting his franchise tag number. We know Brock Purdy situation that just happened. So Trey Lance is going to remain in San Fran for sure. And likely Garoppolo is out of there. So we know that now, which we didn't necessarily know then. And we know that we have a first round pick. So I feel like we're going to do our due diligence as best we can in the free agency period, or both free agency periods. Whereas if there is a veteran quarterback anywhere in the paradigm of the NFL that is willing to come to the New Orleans Saints for a certain number, we have to entertain it. Like, we just have to, even if it's Baker Mayfield. Unfortunately, even if it's Derek Carr, we have to entertain it and see if they are indeed a good fit. I think there's a chance we could end up with Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster at a very, very, very low number, like some 8 million, something like that, which is
I like
stupid
Jimmy
low
G.
for a quarterback. Which yeah, like you said, I like it. I
I
wouldn't be
like
mad
Jimmy
at
G.
that.
Yeah.
I do think I don't like the idea of the bridge quarterback situation though. So if we're gonna go young, go young. There makes no sense in bringing in somebody for around $14 million to $8 million, anywhere between there, and also drafting somebody. And like we have a unique quarterback situation because Taysom Hill's gonna get some of the snaps. So I think what New Orleans needs to do is really do their best to avoid a situation where 3+ quarterbacks play quarterback for the New Orleans Saints this year, or 3+ starters start at quarterback for the Saints, like it's happened for the past few years. We need to do our best to decide a direction and go in it, whether that's veteran, whether that's young. I think it's more expensive to try to do both at the same time. And San Francisco is figuring that out right now, where they got 2 rookie quarterbacks who are, or close to rookie quarterbacks, who are dogs, basically. They got the veteran quarterback who you're paying crazily and not enough money to spread out to everybody else. You know what I mean? To make sure you're a well-rounded team. So I think we do need to go in the young direction because it's inexpensive, especially if it's not a first-round rookie quarterback contract. It's real inexpensive for the next like 4 to 5 years. So if we do hit on a Hendon Hooker, if we do hit on a Will Levis, or like, you know, the kid from Stanford whose name is leaving me right now,
I know you're talking about.
is cheap. It's real cheap, and we got him for 4 years, 5 years on that cheap deal, and can build a championship team and kind of compound on that where we're not paying him that extra money. So I say go young. And the issue is there aren't any surefire quarterback prospects after the first 2 guys. So we've really got to do our homework. But like, to me,
I was trying to find his
Baker
name,
Mayfield.
but I know you're talking about. No, this.
Oh, his name, yeah, because he's a
Yeah, I
dog.
forget.
It's
He
like
is a dog. I forget his
Scar
name.
something or something like that. But it just feels like the Baker Mayfield thing. Say in our wildest dreams, we get somebody like Baker Mayfield or Derek Carr or whoever, and it works. That's only a 2-year fix. That's only, you know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna work past 2 seasons of them as the starter. So I think we need to do our best to like get the ball rolling as soon as possible. And I think that starts with a rookie quarterback contract,
Okay.
because the money talks.
No, you're right, and I'm with you too. I'm with you all the way. I feel like we need my take on it. I feel like we need to shoot for that QB position, and really, honestly, I would look into getting really which we need a quarterback bad. Don't get me wrong, what I'm about to say, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to go first round and get a great running back out this draft. You know what I mean? One of them top tier running backs is coming out this draft, and then waiting, sitting on that second round. Depends on how the picks fall out, and looking for our second round, QB pick. But I feel like we should bring a QB in, of course, in this draft coming up, at least number 1 or 2, round 1 or 2 in one of these picks. Get a QB, bring in a veteran within like a Carr, Jimmy G. I'm with you on that, and maybe have this veteran start us out, and then have the young guy sit the back ropes, learning the system, learning everything, and then maybe moving him in if stuff's
When it's
starting
the
to
right
go
time. Yep.
It's the right time. So that's the direction I feel like we should go right now as the Saints organization.
Yeah, and that, even doing that, it's like you got to hit on it. So the young guy we get is got to be
he got to be that guy. He got to be one. He got to be
the
that
right
guy,
guy
man.
for this system too.
Yeah.
Because I think there are some quarterbacks who do some good things that just wouldn't be great in the New Orleans Saints offense. and vice versa. Some quarterbacks who maybe aren't the greatest in the world, but could probably shine if they were brought into our system. And that's kind of how I feel about Hendon Hooker.
No, I like Hendon. I like Hendon Hooker a lot, and I feel like he will drop to that second round, bro. And only if he didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the ACL, dude, would definitely we be talking about him a top
Oh
pick
yeah.
right now with Bryce Young and all of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud, all of them. I feel like Will's gonna go. He ain't gonna be that second round. I feel like Will get up
Yeah.
somebody pick him that first round. But Hendon Hooker is a nice one that can drop to us just off the injury situation. And I feel like he's another running quarterback, man. You gotta look at the game these days. What's the two
Exactly.
two two teams that's in the Super Bowl right now? Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts both can run the football and throw
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what the game is coming to now, man. A running QB system, So that's just point blank period. But yeah, I'm with the Hendon Hooker. I watched his highlights all through college. I even watched a couple of his games, especially when he played against LSU. He was,
Yeah, I
and I
was
like
like, what the heck?
I like his
Who is
ball,
this
bro.
guy?
The spiral that he throws is dots. Dude throws a nice ball. He even got some jump throws like a Tim Tebow type stuff, and he can
Mm-hmm.
get loose too. So yeah, I'm with it, man. I'm with the Hendon Hooker. I feel like we need Miss Peter saying a black quarterback that can
Yeah.
run this football, man. That
Nah,
can run this
man.
football and that can pass. I think that's what we need in the Saints, and that'd be deadly too, man. You look at it. What's been the Saints' weakness, man? Andy Dalton dropping back, can't really get out the pocket, getting
At
sacked. You got
all.
Drew Brees, not a big runner, and then when your arm, when he starts to get older, and then you get all these injuries, and he just can't do what he used to do. So he's getting swallowed up. Man, if you
Mm-hmm.
get a young quarterback in there that can scramble, throw the ball, you got AK, you got Rashid Shaheed, Alave. It's so many weapons you can work, so much speed and weapons you can work with. It's unstoppable. So Taysom Hill, not to mention Taysom Hill can still run this rock and throw the ball.
Exactly.
So it's so much, man. I feel like that's what we're missing. And we will, if Mickey Loomis plays his cards right, and Miss B, man, we will get one of our potential franchise quarterbacks out this draft. Hopefully, fingers
I
crossed.
think so. I think this is the right draft to do it, and we're in a good position. Like I like what you said. Whereas there are some really good running backs in this draft. I could see us taking like Bijan Robinson with the
Out of
29th
Texas, yeah.
overall pick, pairing him with Alvin Kamara, getting that, like I said, like
The Deuce McAllister, Reggie
yup,
Bush
yup,
mix, or the
yup,
AK and Mark Ingram mix we had in
yup.
2018. I like that.
Getting getting that figured out, where we know, okay, we got two horses and these dudes can do whatever we need them to do. And really go from there. And then, like you said, wait on our quarterback. I don't think too many teams outside of like Indianapolis. I'm pretty sure Indy will get one. Hopefully it's Levis. And
That's
I forget who else I said, but I don't see many other teams snatching the quarterback away from us. So if we can wait to the second or third, I think we'll be able to get a gem
I'm with you. I'm with you.
and
I'm
go from
definitely
there.
and go from there, man. But Dane should really bring that veteran in too out of free agency and have that coaching that we gonna
Mhm.
need for when that rookie does step in. We'll have somebody, a good coach to lean on. It's not just a head coach, but a coach who's been there doing the job.
Yep.
So
But
yeah, I like that.
like you said, there's always the possibility we package Michael Thomas before March 13th
And get and
and
just
move
go right
up.
in. Yeah.
And we like right now we're talking about Hendon and second and third round guys, but we could be talking about one of those top two quarterback prospects
That's
here in
coming
the near
right now.
future.
And if we get that, man, wrap it up, man. We here.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
here. And then,
We're gonna do a podcast the next day, something like that.
for real. So we'll see how that Saints QB situation plays off, man. We was waiting on the Sean Payton news. The sweepstakes are finally over for Sean Payton. Like I said, finally got our pick. So we got something to look forward to within that first pick. And and then more picks, man. We got about 6-7 picks in this draft. That's
Mhm.
awesome. So Yeah, man.
That's not
I'm
like
excited.
us. We usually got like 3. It's
Exactly.
usually between the 3rd and the 6th round, and that's it.
Yeah, for sure. And last but not least, man, he's finally out of here. Tom Brady, man, deuces. You had a great career. You are a GOAT. I will say that you are one of the greatest to ever do it, man. So, but shout out Tom Brady. But at the same time, bro, I'm so happy you are gone. Our division is back. I feel like right here in our hands, Floyd. All we gotta do is handle business on our end, man, and we'll be rolling to the playoffs next year for sure. Cause man,
Facts.
I feel like they looking at a Kyle Trask right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm sorry, but Kyle Trask is not no Tom Brady. So that's all we had to really worry about in our division. Even with the trash record that we just had, if it wasn't for Tom Brady, we probably will be moving. You know, we'll probably be in the Super or not in the Super Bowl. You never know. You know, we'll probably be talking about the Saints in the Super Bowl right now if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
We would have had we would have played a playoff game this year. I think we would have won the South. I don't know, because the NFC was pretty loaded. It kind of turns out outside of everybody in the NFC South. So I don't know if we would have got past the first round, but I would have felt a whole lot better about Dennis Allen, especially, and everything else.
I feel like we would have stepped on them Cowboys, man. You asked me. I don't know, man.
I don't know if we're better than them right now. But shoot, next year's gonna be a different story, and I really hope our coaching staff learn from some of their woes.
Yeah, Mark.
And I think they have. Facts. Because literally one game, if we won that game Monday night against Tampa Bay, we would have made the playoffs. That's for sure.
But hey, it's the end of an era. I gotta throw this on here, man. This is crazy, man. It's finally like the end, man. You got Eli Manning out of there, Big Ben, Phillip Rivers, the GOAT, Drew Brees, another GOAT, and Tom finally retired today. And then Peyton Manning, of course. It's the end of it, man, and the new era is here. So
it's like my childhood right here. These
right here, man. Right here.
Peyton, unfortunately, was like individually probably my like favorite player. So he's the only guy that I even like to mention with Draye. I don't even like talking Tom with Drew.
Talk about everybody else over here.
Because Peyton and Drew were throwing for like 5,000, like 5 racks and like 50 touchdowns and like stupid stuff. And Tom was just like, man.
Eli was nice. I like Eli. Eli was nice, man. Especially at the little helmet catch where he getting all out the pocket and just throws a dot down the field with the helmet catch. I like
these were some of the most fun quarterbacks to watch in the history of the NFL. Because I love watching Big Ben play, even though I didn't have a care in the world for the Steelers. And I loved watching Phillip Rivers play, even though I have a care in the world for the Chargers.
Yep. And we of course love Drew Brees and miss him. But yeah, man, that's cool. Oh, yeah, you can't leave him out either. Mike Vick. You right about that, JB. Mike Vick, man. Yeah. Can't leave him out.
Some of the greatest careers we've ever seen, and they did a lot of things that we like. If you listen to, I used to be like a real like football head, like a real junkie. So I would just watch NFL Network and watch the random divisional round playoff game from 1983, and just like I would just like live football and breathe and eat football. So I would listen to how they were talking, and they used to talk about like 5,000-yard seasons, like that's like never gonna happen. And they used to talk about like anybody throwing over more than like 28 touchdowns is like what? Like no, like that's impossible. So those few guys that we just put up on the screen, they did some things that like nobody ever even thought was ever going to happen in this entire game. And now we see a league full of quarterbacks that are doing exactly what these guys were doing, and it's because they paved the way. So those are my GOATs. Even though I don't really like Tom Brady, Like those guys really changed the entire landscape
So
of football.
let's replace this picture right here. Who we looking at the next era, man? We looking at what? Pat Mahomes in this picture. We looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
we looking at Joe Burrow in this picture.
Joey's definitely in there.
Can't leave. Hey, right now, how he performed after this year, man. Can't leave Hurts out. Well, I gotta see him finish the job, but
Yeah,
hey, he's up there.
yeah.
He can potentially be
I can't throw Herbo in there yet.
okay.
But he's getting there. But like you said, man, yeah, they got some
They got
goons.
some. They
And the
got
cool
some
thing
goals.
is, we don't have a whole. Oh yeah, Josh Allen, great
Josh
job,
Allen.
baby.
Josh
Yeah.
Allen. Okay, JB.
They're like, we have a lot of quarterbacks starting in the NFL that are like building on their career. Outside of guys like Tom Brady, or really just Tom Brady, there aren't a whole lot of like over the hill quarterbacks. So like the history of the NFL is like being written as we're watching with guys like Tom Brady retiring. Because it's like sky's the limit now. Like when Jordan retired, like it's wide open. You got Kobe, you got Shaq, you got Tim Duncan, you got boom, now LeBron shows up. It's like, man.
Boy, stop.
And he got like 14,000 career passing yards, something like that.
Man, I don't know about putting him in that picture though.
No, you can't throw him in there. Heck no.
But Andy's not
Lamar
bad.
Jackson. So it's Lamar Jackson,
yeah.
Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and one more quarterback.
Bond said Herbert.
I want to put him in there. I really want to put Justin Herbert in there.
T-Law.
But I'm like,
that next one, come on, we're gonna leave that.
Coming. Yeah, he on the way.
We're gonna leave that up for grabs.
Hopefully the Saints are drafting the next one right now.
We need it. Oh man. He said Dak Prescott.
I can see it. I mean,
too.
You know, gotta do a little bit more, but I can see it in there.
But yeah, man, we are coming to an end, y'all, with season 1 for WhoDatTV. This is the final one we'll do, unless we have some big news, breaking news go down for the Saints. We'll hop on here and talk about that.
Yeah, March. We might start trading folks and have to hop on here.
Have to hop on just real quick, hit a little 30-minute session or something. But yeah, man, I want to be the first to thank everybody for tuning in week by week with us, supporting us, sharing us, following us, all that, man. Thank y'all to the fullest. Y'all know how much that means for me and Floyd and Ken to get this rolling, and man, we got more for y'all coming in season 2. We're gonna do a lot more giveaways. This season 1 at the end of the year. I know y'all seen we gave away a George Pickens jersey. We're gonna do way more next year, man. We're gonna get into doing jersey giveaways and trying to find ways to give back to certain communities and stuff. So man, thank y'all though, man. Thank y'all to the fullest. Love y'all. This been fun, man. Don't forget, man, we're gonna have our fantasy football for WhoDatTV too next year. So if y'all interested in that, man, we will get that all worked out.
Oh yeah.
So,
I already know like 12 people interested, so it's gonna be like an 18-man league or something like that. But we really want to.
Yeah, you said we gotta do a Super Bowl a day so we can talk.
We might hop on for 20-30 minutes or something. It's only one game, but you know.
Bond said he gonna win that lead, huh? I don't know about that, Bond. Look, you talking to a champ in one of my leagues coming out, you know.
Yeah.
No, but we gonna definitely get that ball rolling, man.
Can't wait. Season 2, all the good stuff is gonna be happening. Giveaways, leagues, a whole lot more talking and just more Saints prosperity, hopefully, and a better season all around. But real excited and thankful to you guys. I know we don't speak for Ken, but I know he will be thanking y'all too. So next time y'all see all 3 of our faces, y'all gonna be hearing a whole lot of we appreciate you guys and happy that y'all are back. Stay tuned, because whenever we do decide to pop back up for season 2, we're definitely gonna post a flyer and have it on the timeline for a few days so people can know when and where to find us. But we appreciate you guys following, sharing, subscribing, all of it, and commenting and really just talking the game with us. I'm excited as ever to get back and do it again. It'd be like a little depression when football season go away.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh man, like
I
it's
hate
just
it.
now it's just hoop. It's just about hoop, but it don't be near as passionate, unless you're playing hoops. So can't wait, you guys. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Bond said make a season 1 blue. Hey, for real. Hey, Floyd be on that. Floyd,
Yeah,
man. Floyd
we're gonna definitely have to clip some stuff up.
For sure. JB said, keep pushing y'all. Sky's the limit. Season 2 coming soon. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, and we're gonna get y'all all back on here, y'all. Hey, we're gonna get a lot of more guests, people who was originally on season 1, man. We're gonna get y'all back on season 2, of course. Man, we're gonna talk our talk, man. That's what it's about, man. That's why me, Floyd, and Ken wanted to start this, man, to have a platform for us to talk about football with all the guys and try to find a way to get back to at the same time. Yep. So yeah, man, season 2 gonna be a movie. I can't wait, man. And yeah, again, I love y'all. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for everything.
Who that?
And it's still who that, man. Forever who that. One more time before we get out of here, though, y'all. Y'all do not forget to go to bunninis.com. And if you haven't already, we got them on right now. Me and Floyd, man. Go get you a bunini at www.bunninis.com. And you can see the cause it's going into. It's going to a good cause, and also a little backstory on Bun with bunninis.com. So if you haven't already, man, go get you one. It is real cold out here right now. I know right here in Texas, man, it is freezing out here. You got ice out here and everything, especially where you at, man. It's crazy out there.
I'm in the middle of a snowstorm. I ain't been outside in like 2 days. Oh, I need this on. Trust me, it's real warm, real efficient. It's a great product. It's gonna look good on your head. It's gonna feel good, but it's also gonna get the job, man. Go grab a couple of those Bunninis, man. They always have little flash sales, so go to Instagram and follow them at Bunninis, as you see it right there inside of www.com. And they'll bless you, bro. Trust me, once you get one, you're gonna want to get another one, especially if it's cold wherever you at, like it is where me and Taz at.
Oh yeah, for sure. And last but not least, man, our boy London, man. Our boy London at MKE Drip or Drown. This is his IG right there. London's working day by day, man. If you want some fire drip on your feet, man, go drown with them shoes and get you some drip and drown on your feet with London. Yeah, man. London, you need it, man. The dude has it all, man. I'm seeing a whole bunch of dunks, J's, whatever you like. He can get his hands on anything, y'all. Anything. So he's posting daily. He's posting what sizes he has. If you need a size, reach out to him on his IG. He will work with you with the prices. He's going to get you right. He's fast with the shipping, all that. So London, man, MKE_drip_drown. Salute, London. Appreciate you, my boy.
Yeah, go get that, bro. It's straight fire. Look, everything that he keeps up with is like the newest drops, the best things, the craziest shoes, everything you seeing all over your timeline, all over on Instagram. He actually got that, and he got your size. So just go to Instagram, type in what you see on the screen right here into the search bar, and just parlay with him. Chop it up with him, see what he got, because it's on his story. But more importantly, he'll be able to go get more in his inventory once he knows whatever y'all need.
Kid sizes and all, man.
All of it.
Everything. Let's get it, man. Shout out London. And last but not least, y'all, our link tree is right here. That'll take you to everything, all our pages, everything, our sponsors at the bottom. If you're not on a phone right now, if you're on a tablet or a laptop, man, hold your phone up to that barcode. It'll take you there too, and you can find all our information right there. Just a tap away, man. A scan and a tap away. That's it. But again, y'all, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it a lot, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for sure. Couldn't do it without y'all. And
can't wait to do it again.
I can't wait to do it again. Season 2 gonna be crazy.
I'm trying to go undefeated in the breezy kicks. I'm trying to do all of it, bro. I'm trying to win me a giveaway. I'm trying to do a giveaway. You feel me?
Yeah.
Trying to get the Saints in the playoffs, Saints to the Super Bowl.
We need it. We need
all of it, man. I can't wait. I wish it was tomorrow. It's gonna be like 7 months from now.
Yeah, we got a few months, man. We got a few months. But y'all know what it is. It's still Who Dat. It's still Who Dat. And it's all love to y'all and y'all teams too, man. Appreciate y'all. And man, we out, man. Love.
Who Dat?
Who Dat?
These boys know what it is when you messing with the champ. And they ain't young jock, but you know it's going down. They ain't really talking flame, but I'm the hottest around. And they ain't worried about it, cause you know how it is when you get into that bag. You get into that bag when you chasing to that bag. You get into that bag when you run into that bag. You chasing to that bag when you get into that bag. You chasing to that bag, yeah. All I see is dollar signs, money on my mind. And I can't worry about you, I'ma spin till it's done. Work, hustle. Boy, you know I get it off the muff. Why these boys stressing? Look, I got them shook. Okay, now watch me drive back like James Winston. Give me out your mentions, I forgot to mention. I'ma cop that yellow rolling looking like the Simpsons. Outside, when I pop out, they wanna play, but not now. Cause shit fade like a barber. Watch me cut your shit down. I used to trust, but not now. I used to love, but not now. I'm so heartless, you can get hit with it, my steed. These boys know what it is when you messing with the champ.